Sequel 117. The in charge of Mengo Hospital Maternity Training School, Kate Cook, the wife of the doctor missionary of Mengo Hospital, Dr. Albert Cook, escapes death in 1920. Welcome. We are celebrating the Church of Uganda at 150 years through history. You are therefore most welcome. Kate Cook, the in charge of Mengo Hospital Maternity Training School, a school which welcomed all natives of all faiths, whether you were Muslim or Roman Catholic, you were all welcome to the school. And it was busy by 1920 constructing a building. That building was later to be completed in the following year, 1921. And it was actually to be named after the wife of the governor as the Lady Corindon Maternity Training School. Corindon Maternity Training School. It was actually officially opened in June 1921. Now, in 1920, this lady, Kate Cook, was 56 years. She had only one child with Dr. Albert Cook, a daughter, and their daughter was called Margaret Cook. But later on, when she grew up, this Margaret Cook made a deep poll in Bascates, sometimes in 1929, and she added an extra name. So she became Margaret Ellen Cook. She was born in 1906. The couple had married in 1900. This family lived on top of Makindye Hill, plot 1, a plot that was donated to them by Kabaka Chwa, Sekabaka Chwa, the second. Now, this is the lady, therefore, with a very good history as the matron of Mengo Hospital for many years. She's the one now I want to narrate the discomfort and misfortune that happened to her in April 1920. Kate Cook, on the 20th of April 1920, was traveling from Mbarara, where she had just finished inducting midwives into the newly opened midwifery station there. And so on 20th of April, she drives back, of course, to return home to Mengo. But on the road before Masaka, her Ford car ran over the edge of a bridge, 4 feet down into a swamp. And so the natives who saw it happen gathered, and they helped to lift the car, and it was recovered. However, Kate Cook was badly bruised. She was not the one driving, she had a driver. Both were badly bruised, especially her. She was cut by the windscreen. However, after the car had been recovered from the swamp, it was okay. It was very, very okay with its broken windscreens. The tires were okay. The mechanical condition was okay. And so they were able to thank the natives who helped them. Remember, I'm saying that was before Masaka. And they continued. They proceeded to drive towards Masaka, but it was already darkness. Darkness was already setting in the evening. Now, 6 miles away from Masaka, the car ran out of fuel. I would presuppose that much of that fuel was actually a victim of the accident. They lost some of it there. And therefore, the car ran out of fuel and they could not proceed. But they had a container, and the container had some spare fuel. Talk about these early missionaries being very organized people. they could take care of all situations. So they had a container with fuel, spare fuel, and now it was the duty of the driver to put it to replenish the vehicle. Now, because it was getting dark, the driver could not see very well. He wanted to refill the tank, but he could not see the in and outlet of the tank. And so what does he do? In his thinking, he had a matchbox. So he went into the car, got the matchbox without even telling her boss, his boss, and he went to the fuel tank with his container with the spare fuel, which was even open, and he struck the matchbox in order to get light to be able to see. So as the matchbox was lighting, he was powering the fuel into the tank. And guess what happened? The petrol blew up. Poor man was scantily burnt, but Kate Cook was able to flee from the car, and the entire Ford car got completely burnt. What a disaster. It's in the evening. There are wild animals in the vicinity. They are 6 miles away from civilization, or 6 miles away from where they can get help in Masaka. 6 miles away from the station where she could have slept. What a disaster. But the Almighty God was with her, was with them. For a retiring Belgian officer was driving from Mbarara, and he saw what had happened, and he rescued them. It was late in the night, and thank God they were rescued, and he drove them not to the Church Missionary Society but a station, but to the Masaka hospital, because they were badly bruised, and the other gentleman was badly burnt. And so he drove them to Masaka hospital, where Kate Cook was treated for her wounds, and the driver was given first aid for his burnt body. And that is how Kate Cook, at the age of 56, escaped death on the 20th of April 1920, not once, but twice, escaping an accident where her car fell over the bridge. She survived. And now Petro, she also survives. She was like a cat with some miraculous lives. We thank God for her life, and we thank God for the work that God enabled her to do. May the good Lord bless us all.